to get him going, and he's got a lot of good content. So, for one, thank you for coming. I know you guys are all busy, going to a million different places, so I know how hard it is to take time out of your day to come, watch about VA stuff. So we appreciate it. Two, a question we were getting asked is we were trying to get this Class CE approved. This is the state level. We got through all the stuff. It's not there yet, but something may get backdated later, some other time, if we can do that to be able to. So anyways, just FYI. I want to give.
We don't backdate things.
We don't backdate things. Never.
But we can always have another class.
We can always have another class. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about Jay, give him a little introduction, but really about why I think he's here. So I think a lot of people have this misconception of me that I own Benchmark, and I would love to claim that. Trust me, because that would be really good. But really, I don't. I run the branch here. Benchmark's corporate office is in Texas, and they're a small to medium-sized mortgage company, okay? Realistically, the reason that Jay's here started about a year ago. We have 3 owners, all very patriotic, but we have one in particular who's like the mad frickin' scientist. Like he looks like Doc in the movie Back to the Future, only he's not nearly as handsome, and he's all over, going 1,000,000 miles a minute. So last year, he got, in the course of about 2 weeks, got about 5 different calls, panic calls from different branches across the country. And they were all the same. Hey, we've got this client. They were working with somebody else. They can't get their loan approved. They're supposed to move in tomorrow. They got denied, so on and so forth. And so he starts getting involved. Like he starts actually he's the owner of the company, and he's having conversations with these borrowers. And what I think happened in his mind, and he's like, we made all those deals work, and he's like, well, if this is happening, and at that point, our VA business was not a lot, and it's gone up a lot since Jay's came on board because it's been a focus. But realistically, he's like, man, if this is happening this much with us, how much is it happening across the country? So Jay, I don't know, maybe Jay knows that story, maybe he doesn't, but I think that's what started us going down a path to educate people more about VA buyers in the VA market, really. So that's kind of how he got here, and I'll let him give his introductions of where he came from and his story. But I can tell you 3 things about him before I give him his introduction. He's a Marine. And you're gonna know. He's going to cuss, so if you don't like cussing, plug your freaking ears because it's gonna happen. And he's very passionate about helping veterans. I mean, you will see that in his presentation. We did kind of a run through yesterday of what he was going to talk about today, and it was pretty cool because a lot of people in my office and even me, we learned a lot that we didn't know, and I've been in the business a long time. So,
you do push-ups? You sleeping already?
Yes,
That's all right. You push-ups together.
Anyway, without further ado, Jay McMakin. And one other thing, if you haven't signed in, we're doing some giveaways, so make sure that you do that in the back. So, I'll let Jay take it from here.
All right. Good afternoon, class. Hey. That's all right. We bleed together. All right, look. I know that this is an awkward time of the day to do a class, right? How many of y'all just ate lunch? Raise your hand, okay? Note to self, lesson learned, right? So, listen, I've done over 800 of these classes, and we've pretty much figured out the sweet spots between 10 and 1 where you serve a working lunch at noon. But sometimes you got to figure things out. And so in the later part of the day, it is harder. Your body tends to, especially after you eat, you get a little sleepy. So let's make sure that it's not warm in here. First of all, let's make sure that goes from 73 to 68. Okay?
Yeah. The back one's
This isn't my first rodeo teaching class. Okay? In the military, when you're an instructor, even with Marines, they're exhausted. Everybody's busy. Who's not busy? Right? Good answer, right? Everyone's busy at some level. So my job is to make sure that you get a return on your investment. Time is money, is it not? Right? So you're investing your time today. Want to make sure that you get a return on your investment of time, and that you are empowered when you walk out of here, that you're enriched when you walk out of here, and that you can make a difference in somebody's life when you walk out of here. Okay? So it's very hard sometimes after you've had lunch, you're busy. I mean, come on, dude, when a realtor is really like starting to move into the thick part of their day is into the afternoon and evening, right? Right?
Right.
Right? Okay. So I know you're probably all thinking, man, it's Thursday, right? So we're about ready. All these things. When do people start talking to you about buying homes? Right? Over the weekend. It's like Wednesday and Thursday, you're starting your process to go into the weekend, and right about now, some of you are probably fidgeting in your chair. Okay? I promise you, this will be worth your time today. So, what I always do is I kick off class with our country's national anthem. This is the most rockin' version you will ever hear in your life, I promise you that. This is from a group of naval veterans called Madison Rising. And the reason they created this version of the national anthem was because there's a comedian named Daniel Tosh. Anybody watch Tosh.0? Okay? Funny. I love the guy. He's funny, but sometimes he says some stuff. Okay? And he this particular time said the national anthem sucks. It's not on anybody's iPod. So they wanted to prove him wrong. So I'm going to ask everybody to stand for our country's national anthem. But I give you permission to rock back and forth because it is pretty awesome. And you'll see for yourself. We have a hat removed. awesome, huh?